Hey, Slightly Unblended, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. Today is a fun time for me. I've done several looks using the Blend Bunny Cosmetics Blends palette. And if you'd like to see them, then just keep on watching. I don't know which part of the video this is going to be since I'm doing it a little differently. I haven't done a 3 looks with one palette video in a minute, so maybe this should be the first one. I don't know. Either way, the first look that I filmed was the voiceover and it's going to be in the middle. So there's that. I cannot talk in wing or talk in graphic liner, but I'm so excited. Since I caught wind of Blend Bunny Cosmetics and I got to look at this palette, I had to have it. I was like, I have to have it. It's all matte palette. It's colorful. My heart. Anyway, finally was able to get it. I was finally able to get it and I'm so excited. I've already been doing the most looks with it. As like, I didn't as soon as it came in because it came in kind of late. My mail runs late. So anyway, since I've gotten it, I've been getting all these looks done and like doing different things because I love it so much. So let me show you the inside of it. Look at this beauty. Does that not just say Slightly Unblended? Please put your brushes all inside of this palette. To me it does. I love colorful things. I'm not a very neutrally kind of person, though I do have some more neutral kind of videos that I am going to do because that's out of my comfort zone and that's what I'm all about doing, is getting out of that. So anyway, without talking entirely too much as I tend to do, I'm just going to grab my ABH A14 brush and Vexed, which is the darkest red shade in this palette, and I'm just going to start to shape out my eye, just kind of mapping out the shape that I'd like it to be because I was wanting a more pastel kind of sunset, kind of use as many colors as I can. I also have another video that was a whole run-on sentence and I don't even grammar that well, but I do have a look that took me 5 hours to do that I will be filming very soon, probably next week, and it probably will go up after this. I have a few videos pre-filmed that I'm working on. The one that will be up before this one, I will try to put a card or an eye or something. It will be the purple super dramatic cut crease with some glitter. It's a really cute look, I thought anyway. I'm just applying this, patting it down. I've been slacking on so much stuff, like slacking on filming, slacking on editing. As I go through spurts where I'll just sit and I'll film and I'll film and I'll film and I'm like, oh, I have to have a video ready. It's not gonna do the editing itself. But I talk so much, so I get mad at myself. Because that means it makes the editing process a little bit longer. But I like to sit and play around with the editing part and see how I can learn new things, how to make the videos a little more appealing or whatnot. Listen at my computer over here talking when I know it's on mute and it knows it's on mute. Please don't pick up the audio. I don't want to get a copy strike for just trying to keep up with stuff, okay? I hate sitting in silence. Like, I always constantly have to have background noise. So, a lot of the times I'll just turn on something and like in here though, I usually listen to books, but when I do that, it makes me rather do a voiceover than to actually sit and like talk and everything, and sometimes I frustrate myself with that. So I should have a few credits that have rolled over so that I can have more books to listen to, because I haven't listened to a book or used a credit in like a month-ish. Oh, my eye, don't do it, don't do it, don't water, please don't water. Why though? I don't need you to water. And I don't need my phone to be making vibrating noises that sound like farts either. Alright, so now I'm just going to take the same brush. I'm going to clean it off. I need to clean my brushes soon too. I'm going to take just the tiniest bit of Self Love, which is the red shade, just to kind of give it a little buff, but very gently. Now, I do have thoughts about this palette, and I promise you, you're not going to hear any complaints from me. But this palette, it blends so easily. It blends like a dream, and it is so freaking pigmented. I want to say it's like $39.95. Now, don't come for me and be like, well, that's not very affordable. They are a brand new brand. From what I gather, they're doing things all by themselves. Her name is Blend Bunny on Instagram, and she's doing this all on her own. So it might seem like $40 is a lot, but that's like a small business, okay? And we got to support the small businesses. I am a small business myself on some things. I don't feel comfortable promoting things because I don't want somebody being like, well, you're just trying to sell yourself. No, but I'm all about supporting smaller brands, smaller businesses, all that good stuff. So I didn't think that almost $40 was a bad price at all. Not one bit. So now let me see. I'm going to take my Morphe M507 brush. Now that I've done got off on a tangent, I'm going to go ahead and give these little pretty red shades a little blenderoo with barley. And all I can think about... Do you watch Letterkenny? And they're like... something, I can't exactly remember the scene, but they were like... I think she was like, it's a lot of hay. And he's like, it's barley. And so now when I see barley, all I can think about Dwayne and be like, it's barley. Okay. Anyway, I'm just gonna give her a little blenderoo. Now while I'm doing that, I am going to talk about brows for a second. Okay, so I plan to do a brow tutorial at some point, but I've started doing my brows different again. So I annoy myself with that. But I got the ABH Brow Freeze. I have not been impressed with ABH for a minute, and then like there were some things coming out about how they treat creators and stuff like that, and I was just like, you know what, like they don't even have that many colorful eyeshadow palettes. The ones I have, I ended up not being super in love with like I was like once I started using them. So it was like, you know what, there's other brands that I can give my coin to. Well, then it was like the Brow Freeze launched and everybody was losing their minds like, ah! And I was like, ah, I love my Got to Be Glue gel. But then I got it and I used it and I used it and I was like, yikes, on several bikes. This is drying out my favorite brow pens, and these brow pens are $20 a pop, and I ain't trying to be wasting my stuff and wasting my money. Okay, so I was like, I'm gonna leave it alone. I was talking to my friend Slay with Desiree. She was like, how do you guys like my brows, on her story on Instagram? And I was like, oh my gosh, what did you use? They look amazing. Or something like that. I don't know if it was like that dramatic, but I think that she had said that she used that or something. I can't quite remember, but her brows looked bomb AF, okay? So bomb. So I was having a full-on conversation with myself because my camera cut off and I have no idea where I was talking at and where it cut off. But I was talking Desiree's eyebrows looking bomb. I am no, like, absolutely no brow expert. Like, I hate doing my eyebrows. They are the bane of my existence. It is the most awful thing in the world to me to have to sit down and do my eyebrows. I hate them. I was given a complex about them, so that's probably why. Oh, yeah, I love that. But anyway, I've gotten a little bit better, and people that were mean to me about stuff, like, I can kiss my whole ass because they're not going to ruin my hopes and my dreams. And you know what? Practice makes perfect. I'm nowhere near perfect, but I'm practicing and I'm going to do the damn thing. Anyway, tangent 30 around here. So like, she told me the steps to do and everything, so I tried it. And I had to bust out some oldies but goodies. Okay, but seriously, when I say oldie but goodie, I do not in any way mean that this is a good one, because I bought it for like $20-something and realized that you can get a dupe for it for cheap. This is the Brow Micro Filling Pen from Benefit. And this is a L'Oreal Micro Ink Pen by Brow Stylist. A lot cheaper. A lot cheaper. This, I had issues out of using, but now it's kind of working, so I don't know exactly what's going on, so I just use those. And then take out the old trusty brow pen from Benefit, not pooh. Time pause. I take out the old trusty brow pen from Lime Crime and kind of fix some stuff up, carve it out with the concealer, and now I have beefy brows instead of sparse brows. I'm so sorry, and I apologize to myself, who has to edit this, for being an entire blabbering idiot. So there's that. I'm going to bust out the Sigma E25 brush and go into Serendipity and just give it a nice blend. Why am I being so weird today, guys? I guess I don't need to ask why am I being so weird today, because it's a given that any day I'm just going to be weird, because that is me. I'm weird. I'm awkward, I'm weird, and I guarantee you if I met you in person, I would not be able to hold a conversation with you like I am right now. I just don't know. I'm very awkward. Just blendy blend. I want to say that this will be baby blends, because we're just doing tiny little blending motions and building up that color and working toward a more nice and gradient blend. And I am sitting weird. I'm sitting weird because I had to restart my camera, so I adjusted my seating position. Such a satisfying, super satisfying blend. So a while back I had taken a picture on my camera. I don't even remember what we were doing. We were going and riding around listening to music or something like that. And so no, I don't. We were riding around listening to a book. Okay. And the sun was starting to set, and it was so pretty. And because the car was moving and we were in a kind of more higher speed limit area, I couldn't get a good picture of the sunset, but I got a little picture of it. It was so beautiful. And I plan to do a look based off that sometime soon. Hopefully it'll turn out decent. Alright, so now I'm just going to take my ABH A14 brush and some more barley and go ahead and give her a little blenderoo. I said that too much today. You just need the lightest amount of pressure. You don't need any at all. So I'm going to take just a tiny bit of self-love and build that up. I'm going to take a little bit more Vexed and just bring that crease up. That way we can still see that when I cut the crease, so that I don't erase all of the blending that I've done. I'm seriously going to try to have it together for like the last video for this that I film, where I'll go more into details about everything with this palette, because I want to make this more like informational, so that you know like the high points. There's really no low points to this palette for me. I fell in love upon first use. One of the main things that I feel like I can appreciate about it the most is that it is all matte. Don't get me wrong, I love shimmers. I absolutely love shimmers. I feel like shimmers can bring a whole look together, can make or break a look. Shimmers are like top tier. But sometimes it's really, really hard to find a colorful eyeshadow palette that isn't oversaturated with shimmers. And in some of those palettes, there will be no depth with the mattes, but dark shimmers. And it's like, what am I supposed to do with this? Because I don't know. It could just be because I suck at makeup. But I guarantee you I can't create depth with a dark shimmer without having a nice matte to go with it. So this is that's one of the big selling points to me with this palette, is the fact that it is all matte. And there are like so many different variations to create depth with. I love that so much. Yes. Okay, I'm finished being weird for now. Alright. I'm going to add a little bit more of barley. And I'm going to take my Sigma E25 brush. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is go ahead and I'm going to carve out my crease. I'm going to take some micellar water on a Q-tip, remove any of the pigment from my lid, use the Gerard Cosmetics Clean Canvas to really get it nice and clean and ready for the pastels. You see, I being the procrastinator that I am, decided I was going to take a mini break, which turned into not so many of a break. And now I'm mad at myself. I am the procrastination queen. Alright, anyway. This is the Lexi Small Shader brush. I'm going to go into Sunsets, which is a really pretty pastel pink. And I'm just going to pat it down onto the Gerard Cosmetics Clean Canvas base. I'm going to take Promise and apply it. And I'm just going to kind of do baby pats to get them blended together. Promise is a more purple pink, which works out perfect because I'm going to use Giggle, which is a purple pastel next. It's just a nice transition. If you hear machinery, I'm sorry. I think that they are putting in a new gas line, and that's the construction kind of thing that's been going on. It's made it where I want to procrastinate further on filming because I'm like, oh, it's going to be so loud. Alright, into Giggle now. I'm just going to pat that down and get it nice and blended. So it is getting pretty late, and I'm just, I don't know. I'm a ball of I want to do this and I need to do this and I have not enough time in the day. So I'm probably going to do a lighter kind of face look on my, like a base. Which my face was cleared up until I decided that before I got back to filming I was going to pick it. Yeah. But I have something super exciting. I'm going to do a little something related to skincare. And I don't want to like talk about it too much because I feel like it'll spoil the idea. I don't know. I just want it to be like, oh, that's interesting. Which, I mean, I don't know. I'm sure that there's plenty of people that's done it. But I want to like test out a product. And I'll use, it'll be like a while. Because I want to use it for a few weeks. So I'm going to take a picture on the first day of using the product. And then after like a week, I'll take another picture. But I'll document everything on TikTok. So I may put that footage in that video. I don't know. I'll probably talk about it and then like insert that somehow. But I'll have to make sure not to use music because I don't want to get copyright issues going. Okay, so now I'm going to take Bubble Bath, which is a beautiful, well, let me see. Yeah, I'm going to take Bubble Bath, which is a beautiful blue. I'm going to just give her a nice little pat and blend. Little baby blends. And I'm going to touch up Giggle, which is the pastel purple. Sorry, I keep looking away. I keep trying to look and see what's going on my computer over here. I just want to watch a Web of Lies. I think that's what it is. We got the Discovery Plus app, okay? And that's all I wanted to do. Like, that's all I've been watching. And it's like, send help. My true crime obsession is really bad. This is Secrets, and it is a stunning pastel yellow. But it also reminds me of, like, the baby yellow. And I'm going to get a little bit more of Bubble Bath and just blend that. Okay, I'm going to take a little bit more of Vex. I'm going to take that on the ABH A14 brush and give it a nice little blender. I bet you were wondering, are you just going to leave that open? No. I have a method for my madness here. All these brands that I am signed up for text messages from are like, we're not fools and the shop's off today, or so much. Like, they're having sales, and it's like, okay, well, I have the only palette that I need for a few months right here, and I'm using it right now, so sorry. Even though I did get the Lizzie McGuire and ColourPop palette, I just kind of thought that that would be a fun little something to do. The color story looked interesting, but it hasn't come in yet, and I really didn't feel like paying big money for shipping to get it here faster because, you know, I think that's about the first time that I've noticed that they offered like faster shipping, and I was like, huh, where was this when the Christie launch was? Because I wanted that palette like next day. I still love that palette. Do we need another video with that palette? Because I'm totally down if you are. I second remembering to mention what I'm doing, but I'm taking Vex and I'm just really kind of tracing the crease out to give a little bit more depth. And I'm going to go ahead and take my Elf and J Kisser brush just to really stamp that down real nice, and it'll be super defined on the inner area of my eye. So I'm just gonna try really hard not to have awkward hands while I do this. Oh! What's your... Speaking of awkward hands, okay. I know I talk about TikTok a lot, but I mean, I've been using TikTok more. I took like a whole break from even opening the app forever, and I don't even know why. That was like during the time where I wasn't creating very many TikToks and it was really sporadic. But there's this person on there. They have like the little hands, and she just acts like she's the mom, and then she's also the kids and their little hands, and it's the funniest thing. I don't remember her name. I don't know if I follow her, but I watch her stuff every time it comes up on my For You page, and I'm like, this is so funny. But anyway, I really feel like I muffed this one up big time. I'm just gonna take a little more barley, because I just noticed that I didn't get it as even as I wanted, and the perfectionist in me is screaming. I'm just gonna touch that up a little bit. Okay, I did it. I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of my face, and I'll be right back. Alright, so this is one of the 3 looks. Well, actually, this is... Anyway, yeah, one of the 3 looks. Because this is the second one, and I'm going to film another one. I feel like that's going to be next week, though, because I have a lot of stuff to do. So, yeah, I'm super excited for you guys to see this video. Let me know what you think of the look so far. I'm not sure if this is going to be the first look or the last look, but the voiceover one will be in the middle. So yeah, I'm super excited. I am obsessed with this palette, guys. It's so dreamy. It blends itself. It's super colorful. The pigmentation is there. It is just incredible. And, like, go on ahead and support a small business. Like, there is a win-win. You get a beautiful palette with a lot of colors, easy to blend. Like, did I mention a lot of colors? Yes. Okay. Anyway, gotta check them out. Let me know if you want to see swatches. I'll try my best to remember to include them in the video. Anyway, if this is going to be the first look, then off to the next one. Alright, I'm taking the Drawer Cosmetics Clean Canvas Base to go ahead and get my lid nice and ready. I'm taking my Luxie brush, I do believe this one is. I can't quite remember, but I just use it to apply my base for my lid. And then I take my fluffy Wet n Wild brush just to make sure that it is nice and like evenly laid, if that makes sense. I don't know, I just like put it on there with this, and then I like brush it out with the Wet n Wild brush that's about to come up. I am so dramatic, but I seriously cannot get over this palette. I've used it so much. I'm taking Chase with the Sigma E25 brush, and I'm just applying it into the crease, kind of patting it, just to get that color nice and laid, because this is going to be the transition shade for the darker pink, which is Vamp. I love it, I love it, I love it. I know I've said I love it about this palette so much, but I do. But I'm just taking this and I'm running it through the crease with a very light hand, just making sure that I'm getting this to be as pink as I would like for it to be, because we're going to do some monochromatic little graphic liner stuff. Don't forget to clean your brush off. I'm going to take Vamp and I'm just applying it to the lid just to kind of intensify it, so that there's a little bit more of a darker shade but still pink. That way it gives the liner concoction that I'm mixing up on my hand here in a little bit a good way to kind of pop. But I'm just applying it and I'm blending it into the crease, and I'm just going to lay it all over the lid. Just blend it very gently. Light pressure, back and forth windshield wiper motions, and baby pats. I do go back in with Chase just to make sure that I have it nice and blended really well, so that it has like a more gradient effect. There's really like no harsh lines or anything like that. So that's what I'm doing right here, is I'm taking some more of the pink shade that we started with, and then I'm blending it out with Cream and Sugar, which is the white shade from the palette. This is one of those brushes that I forget the name of, but I got it out of my Ipsy bag. But I really like it, and I'm just taking Cream and Sugar to blend that out, just to really soften those edges of the pink shade that we started with. That way it's just like real seamless and kind of, you know, just looking a lot better than it being really harsh pink. This is the Suva Beauty Hydro Liner in Space Panda, and I'm using the 610 brush, and I'm just laying that down there, getting it ready to mix in Cherry Bomb. So I mixed Cherry Bomb with Space Panda to get a more pink kind of eyeliner, because I just have my cake one from ABH that I don't like, so I improvise and do my own thing. So right now I'm just winging it out. I'm starting from the outer corner of my eye, flicking it out, and I'm going to bring that into the lid until I get the wing to be the thickness that I would like for it to be. Now I'm going to start to get it towards the inner corner area of my lid, just lining it and getting it even with the other eye. There's a lot of me like stopping and looking and holding the mirror up really close to make sure they're even, because for some reason I just feel like I have to have my mirror up close to my face. And I'm sorry that my husband just sneezed in the background. It's allergy season around here. I'm a little stuffy as well. So now I'm just making sure that I have it nice and even, and I'm going to start to work on bringing out the graphic line momentarily. But this is where you really just see if you would like to have it thick, like the thickness that you want. So I'm starting from towards the crease, and I'm flicking that out to kind of connect it with the end of the wing, so it kind of like V's off. And then I'm going to make that kind of go upwards to make a little V. We're going to make a spiky graphic liner kind of thing. I like to live dangerously and go over the line a few times, which is risky, but I like to go over it just to make sure that I have the liner as intense in color as I would like for it to be. And this is a lot of me checking to make sure that I'm getting it even. So I'm kind of like flicking it out more towards the tail of my brow, so that it has that sharp line to where it kind of looks like a flame. I don't know why. I just decided one day that I liked doing liner this way, but I really did a monochromatic kind of orange look a while back and was obsessed with it. So I kind of wanted to bring that into this look and try to be a little monochromatic and attempt to be blush heavy. I love heavy blush looks, but I'm just taking this and I'm flicking it upwards, and I'm doing about 2 of the flicks. Then I'm going to start with the inner corner. I'm going to add a line from towards the inner corner of my eye into the crease and just take it about halfway. That way, it's like a lot of line work, but it looks really cool in my opinion. I don't know. What do you think of graphic liner looks? I love graphic liner looks so much. I love watching people do graphic liner. It's so satisfying to me. With this, just go in and go over it a few times just so that you build up the pigment of the liner to as dramatic as you would like for it to be. Now I'm just going to go ahead and sharpen up these lines here to make them look more spiky and flame-like. I don't know. I'm just really trying to fix where I felt like after the liner dried, it needed to be touched up and to be defined a little bit more, because I like to try to be as precise as possible. And this is the second look. I feel like the lashes really make this look. I love them. They're from Tribe Beauty Box, and I do believe they are in the style Addison, and oh my gosh, I just love them. Hi! Look 3. I don't know why I'm trying to do an intro, and this is going to be 3 in 1. So, I completely could not figure out what I wanted to do. I wanted to try something different with this look. Now, I will be filming a tutorial really soon on the first look that I did with this palette. That look took me 5 hours, so fingers crossed now that I've done it and know what colors that I'm using that it won't take that long. But anyway, I was like, let's dabble in the neutrals but do a more like sunset-ish kind of wing thing. That's we're wording that today. Alright, anyway, I'm just gonna go ahead and go into the shade Depth with the Elf and J Kissa J5 brush. It's a nice little, could do a wing eyeliner with it kind of brush, but I'm just gonna use it to create depth in the inner part of my eye in the crease. Give her a little drag. Oh my gosh, I freaking love this shade. It's almost like a plum chestnut brown. I don't want to take it too far. I was gonna film a halo eye yesterday because I did like a color burst halo eye, and it took me a really long time, and I got into my head about it because I was really like anxious. So I told myself, like, this is going to take you all day. And it's not turning out right. The colors are muddying. They were not muddying. But in my head, I'm like, you're ruining it. And I was like, okay. So I did a TikTok on it. I'm going to take Mama Bear on the ABH A14 brush. I'm going to clean that off because it does have some of the purple on it. Because, you know, I have to use purple in some way. I have really been overdoing purple lately. If you've looked at my Instagram, there's like purple. But I'm just going to take Mama Bear and give it a little blenderoo. Oh my gosh, yeah. So yesterday I was going to film that look, and I was like, yeah, the people that are working outside, they're not going to be working because it's raining. And they were exactly out there working in the rain, and I was like, oh my gosh, like I was just laughing at myself because like I just had it in my head that they wouldn't be working in the rain, and I was like, well, you know, they gotta work, so you know, like I wouldn't mad or anything, but I was just like, oh my gosh, that's my luck, you know. And it's been really sunny all day, and I went to turn my camera on after all day of them not being around, and they're here. So if you hear noise, I'm so sorry, but they gotta do their job. It's no big deal. I'm gonna take Depth, and I am just going to touch that up a little bit. Doing back and forth the windshield wiper motions. Baby blends. Okay, now I'm going to take my Fara brush. This is the 3 mini tapered blending brush, and I'm going to take off the purple. I just couldn't figure out what I wanted to do and what colors I wanted to use. So I kind of feel like I may do blue and green for the lower lash line, because right here I can connect it with the black and it would like dark blue, green, and like pastel green. I feel like that'd be a whole vibe. I want to try the eye bag look that her name was Peppa M. Barnes, I think is her Instagram. I can't quite remember, but I love that eye bag look that she's done a few of. So I'm taking the shade Truth, which is a more kind of close to my skin tone shade, but also like soft enough to blend this. So I'm just going to take that, and I'm going to get my mirror real up close and personal, and I'm just going to do little baby blends. Back and forth windshield wiper motions. Very, very light pressure. Ooh. The way this palette blends is a dream. Have y'all been keeping up with them? Because I do believe they're sold out now. And that's so exciting. I get so excited for upcoming brands, like up and coming brands, to succeed. Like, yes. I love this palette. I can't wait for more things to come out from Blend Bunny Cosmetics, because honestly, if it's as good as this, that'll be a brand that I'll forever love. So now that I have it the way I want it. I gotta say that all weird, you know. I'm gonna take my Gerard. Whoa, no. I am jumping ahead. See, this is. I feel like now that I've taken an hour and a half to figure out what I was doing, I'm out of my little Q-tips. Okay, I gotta go grab some Q-tips real quick so I can take some micellar water and a Q-tip to clean the lid. So I'll be right back. I feel like this is a fairly quick look. I feel like it just took me as long as it did because I really had no idea what I was doing. And I wiped the look off because it wasn't doing what I wanted. But the way I look at that is tomorrow's a new day, so I can try that look again tomorrow. Okay, so with this, that really just created like the depth that is, I don't know, I just feel like that's an interesting look. So I'm going to take some of my Gerard Cosmetics Clean Canvas in Fair, and I'm going to have to buy another one of these because I'm almost out. And I've been using this nonstop. Like at first I was like, I don't know what I feel about it. Like I kind of felt like at first the fact that it didn't dry down was going to be an issue, but then I started using it and I was like, okay, so this is how it does, and it performs amazing. I have not used my ABH eye primer on myself in a hot minute, so yeah. I need to try some more Gerard Cosmetics stuff. I have one of the lipsticks, the Hydra Matte, I do believe, and it's in Invasion, I do believe. I like it. It's pretty. I'm going to take some of the clean canvas on the Morphe M421 brush. I'm just going to go ahead and reapply the base. That way it's nice and clean and we will have really... Man, my lighting looks so weird. Hopefully it won't look like that when I go to edit. But I have the blinds closed and I just don't know why my lighting's looking like this. I'm probably just overthinking that too because it's been a week. But I'm just going to take this and go ahead and carve out my crease. And I'm going to just take that lid, the clean canvas, and I'm going to really wing it out. I'm not really concerned with getting it laid evenly just yet because I'm going to go over it with a fluffier brush. I just want to make sure that my crease is clean and sharp. My camera literally stopped at the perfect time. I bet you I could never do that again. Now I'm just going to take this Wet n Wild brush and pat down that base and really get it nice and blended, and it'll apply very evenly. I don't know, the lighting in here seems off today, and I have not adjusted any of my lights, so I really don't understand. I know what it is. I adjusted my ring light. I wanted to say volume, but the light. So yeah, that was my bad. I really did do that. Usually I don't adjust things, but I was using it the other day and I just adjusted it. So yeah. Now we got our crease cut, brushes clean, ready to go. What I want to do right now, just to stop this from creasing more towards the inner area of the eye, I'm going to take the shade Truth on my, make sure I got it real good and clean, but I'm going to take the shade Truth on my Farah 205 Fly Wings brush. And I'm just gonna give it a little pat to really try to help with the creasing, because with my right eyelid it tends to want to crease if I don't apply powder down fast enough. So I'm not going to take it all the way down on the lid. I'm just going to take it where I have, well, I'm going to get back in frame first, but I'm going to apply it where I would have creasing. And it's such a nice shade. I feel like it's close to my skin tone enough that it's really good. Okay, same brush. I'm going to take Nevermore, which is the black shade, and it is so, oh, it's so good. I'm going to take it and I'm just going to give her a little wing. So we're gonna flick it out. Woo! I like that. Did you see the powder come? Oh my gosh. That just made my day. That was too funny. It probably wasn't as funny as I thought it was, but I thought it was funny. If the camera caught that and I didn't have my mirror in the way, I'm gonna zoom that in real good. And it can be messy because we're just gonna build the colors up. I also have some what's in the box videos that I'm going to be working on soon. I'm waiting on a couple of things to come in. One should be in soon, and one I just ordered today, and I'm so excited for it. So excited. I've seen this thing everywhere, and I wanted it, and then I wanted like the Pure collection, and it was like Pure box packaging not available, and I was like, well, then I'm not dropping that kind of cash on that, so I'll just get the things that I want individually. Anyway, I'm excited about it. So excited. Okay, so I'm gonna take Bewitched, which is the beautiful dark purple, and I'm just gonna give this a little baby blend. I'm going to really just take it and I'm just kind of giving like the smoky eyeliner kind of thing without eyeliner. Oh my gosh, why am I being so difficult today with getting to see what I'm doing? Probably my lack of sleep. This has been a busy week and I'm exhausted and I've not gotten much sleep. My husband has to wake up super early for work, and he the audacity this morning though, the audacity to wake me up at 4 o'clock in the morning after I could not get to sleep to try to have a full-on conversation with me when I have not had my coffee. No, I like to spend time with them and talk to him before he has to go. I like to know when he goes. That way I can know to expect a text message. That way I don't just worry, because the older that I have gotten, the more anxious I have gotten about vehicles and driving and riding in a vehicle. And so I'm just always worried about him when he goes to work. So, it just makes me so nervous. Alright, let's see. I'm going to take a little bit of Chase, which is the hot pink shade that we used in the video, or in the look before this, because I think I'm going to do it where this is the last one, the graphic liners in the middle, and then the halo. I mean, the first look is the pastel sunset kind of look will be the first one. Just going to give her a little blender. I'm just kind of patting it down. It sure is windy today. I don't know what the temperature's supposed to be, but I know I was cold, so I went there and grabbed my little jacket. And I guess my heater, come on, okay. Weird flex. I'm going to take some Self-Love and give that a nice blend with that. So I'm going to kind of take it up kind of far, and I'm going to take it back down kind of low to give it a blend. And I'm not going to take that all the way in. Hope that makes some sense. I'm just going to go back in and touch those colors up real quick before I go into the yellow. I'm so excited to see how this turns out. Like, oh my goodness, see, I wonder why my knee hurts. And I just caught myself doing it. I sit so funny in this chair, and I hate this chair, but it will work until I get a new chair. And I'm complaining too much, but I'm so excited to see what this looks like when it's finished. I just got some different lashes. I don't know, would this be a look that I would want to do like half lashes with, or dramatic lashes? I don't know. Let me know what you think down below, and then guess which one I'm going to do. We'll play the guessing game. Guess which lashes am I going to do, dramatic or not dramatic? I'm going back into Chase and blendy blend. I'm going in and cleaning this brush off every time I use it. So I'm going to use Bewitched now, which is that beautiful purple shade. I'm absolutely obsessed with it, but I think I knew that I was going to be, because I'm obsessed with purple anyway. Okay, I do really need to like have a little moment where I talk about my husband again, because he's so sweet. I bought this cassette tape, like a mixtape of songs that Joe Taylor from Knuckle Puck has done like as a side project, and I was so excited, and I was like, that reminds me of being a kid. I had cassette tapes, and I was so excited, and I've had it in for like a month, and he was like, well, we have stuff here we'll listen to it on. I was like, okay. None of it worked, but he surprised me with a cassette tape player, and I listened to it twice last night. So I was so excited. Now I'm taking Nevermore and just touching it up. I'm convinced that TikTok wants us to have songs stuck in our head, because I used, it said Bad Guy by Billie Eilish, but I've only just heard a few of her songs kind of in passing, or if I have to listen to the radio and her stuff comes on, I'll listen to it. But it was like the, what was it? I Like When You Get Mad or something, but I guess I should listen to some of her music, because her voice is really pretty, and I don't know, I like to know about new music, so I guess I should just listen. But that song stuck in my head since I used it the other day. I used it for my second Lizzie McGuire look that I posted first, because the tutorial that I uploaded, like I didn't want to put that on there until after I had the tutorial up. So now I'm going to just go back into Chase. This is a lot of back and forth blending, and it's not going to look pretty at all until we get to do the micellar water cleanup little trick. Because I was like, okay, yeah, I've completely ruined this look. And then I was like, well, I'm just going to keep going. And I'll just clean it up with micellar water on a Q-tip, as one does. And I ended up really liking this side. So, super excited. I'm going to take some Wildflower now and do that. Sorry, excuse me. I felt a sneeze coming on, and there was no stopping it. This is where you're going to start to really trace your crease. I'm just blending some of Self Love with Wildflower to get a little bit of an orange blend going on. Alright, I'm going to take a little bit of Secrets, which is the pastel yellow. It's gorgeous. The pastels in this, I've said a lot that I'm not comfortable with pastels, and I'm really not, but these are absolutely beautiful, and I love to use them. I don't know, there's this whole palette is just a dream. I'm gonna kind of gently blend out with that, and then I'm gonna do like this, bring it in a little bit. I'm going back to that Elf and J Kissa J5 brush, and I'm going to take Chase and really touch that up, because I'm about to add some more of Wildflower. I'm really just bringing this down. This is what I'm doing for right now. I'm going to go ahead and take some micellar water on a Q-tip real quick and see what I need to do after I do that. And if I don't like this, I'm going to use the Fragrance Cosmetics brush, because I've kind of been doing both. Yeah, I feel like I'm going to have to. Alright, so because I have no idea what I'm doing with my life, my camera, I thought that I hit the button and I didn't. I just took a little bit of my NYX Epic Ink Eyeliner and tight lined my lash line. Tried to get it down and as thin as possible. So I'm just going to take the Elf and J Kissa brush again and a little bit of Bewitched, just to kind of smoke that liner out. Okay, I'm going to go and do the rest of my face, and I'll be right back. Alright, so this is the finished look. I really feel like it's different for it. Like, for me, this is different. I really feel like the lower lash line kind of like amped the look up. And I used some lashes that I've only used once that I've had for a while. And I think I'm getting a little bit better at putting on lashes, because the first time that I tried to use these, I didn't like it. It just wasn't working out. But they're Crave lashes in chocolate souffle. And I don't know why I'm showing you the box. They're on my... They're on. Anyway, yes. So let's talk about the palette. I can include swatches maybe this evening, because I'm going to have to take this and edit it like this evening. But I'll try to like get some swatches. If I don't include it in this video, I'll try to do like a short. I'm going to have to do my research on what a short is and like include the swatches in that. More than likely. It's been hectic, but I will do some swatches. I also need to swatch my Carnival 3 palette. I've been needing to do that forever. But yes, the Blends palette by Blend Bunny Cosmetics. In my personal opinion, out of all the palettes that I've tried, and I feel like I've tried a good amount of palettes, I am all about colors. I want bold, beautiful, pigmented, loud, and just in your face. I want colors. I want rainbow palettes. This is a rainbow palette dream. Like, I don't even know how to explain how much I love this palette. It is so beautiful. You have your greens, blues, yellows, oranges, purples, reds, pinks, a little neutral section here with some browns. You have like a gray, a white, and a black. So you can do a smoky eye. You can do an everyday look. You can add in color. There's so many things that you can do with this palette that it is just mind-blowing to me. And it was only $39 or $40, which that's not bad. Because I feel like these pan sizes here, that's a pretty good size of a pan for some eyeshadow. And I mean, the fact for me that it's all matte just really makes it that much better, because it's finding good mattes can be difficult. I can find good shimmers a lot. Like, I have Cleona ones. If I want to pop a shimmer on a look with a matte look, I can use this right here and bust out some Cleona eyeshadows and call it a day. Which, by the way, I have a fire blue look on the noggin right now. And I have an idea. I kind of want to do like almost like a full face of smaller brands, or just like using some of my favorite indie brands to do looks with. So like this palette, some other stuff, lashes from smaller brands, cake liners from smaller brands, which don't get me started on Morphe with their fake ass cake liner business. I watched that on TikTok, and guess what I wasn't going to buy after that palette. Their customer service with that person, I was irritated. Let me tell you, now that I've got off on this tangent, I have a ARM Cosmetics RX. I have one of their liners, and I feel like I have it. Yeah, it's right here. And it's an orange one. And it's so good. I feel like it's a little bit more affordable than the Suva ones, but the Suva ones are really good. Anyway, tangent, Red Bull, like, really kicking in, finally. But, yes, I really want to do, like, a showcase on, like, indie brands that I really like. I don't know if I know of any that you might not already, but now I'm getting rambly. But my thoughts on the Blend Bunny Blends palette, top tier. Top tier. I recommend it. I can't recommend enough. I want to, like I was going to say, I want to recommend it to everybody. I do try to recommend it to everybody, especially when, like, somebody's like, what eyeshadows? I was like, the Blends palette from Blend Bunny Cosmetics. Like, it's definitely worth picking up. If you like eyeshadow, if you like colorful one, you can even get you some neutrals going, like smoky eye queens, yes. Neutral everyday kind of looks, yes. And by the way, this like little thing up here really inspired me to do a neutral look super soon. So should I film that? Let me know. Okay, I have completely gone off track and come back and then went another way. So, I want to thank you so much for watching. Please let me know what you'd like to see next down below. Have you picked up this palette? Are you interested in trying this palette? What do you think of the looks that I've done? And yeah, so I want to thank you so much for watching. I will have all my social medias and down below in case you want to keep up with my awkward face and shenanigans when I'm not here on YouTube. Don't forget to use the hashtag slightlyunblended for your chance to be featured in an upcoming video. And if you liked this video, if you want to subscribe, I am trying to make it to 500 subscribers this year. That's kind of like my big goal. So if you do end up subscribing, thank you so much. Alright, I think that's finally it. So yet again, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have an amazing week, and I hope that I'll see you in the next one. Bye!